Over to you.
Well, thank you, Jonathan, and good afternoon to those on the West Coast, and good evening to brothers and friends that have joined us on the East Coast. It is exciting to be here and convene around such a large topic of the economy and the outlook of the future, with such a number of things going on in the world. I don't know if you've heard, but that should make for a really great panel discussion. And I want to first just thank all the panelists and all of the people who have made this possible tonight. Executives from incredible number of sectors, but also geographies. From New York to Chicago to San Francisco and beyond. Thank you to everybody who's here tonight. I'm particularly enthused by the number of brothers who have joined us this evening who are not names I recognize. And we've really expanded through this symposium, but also the speaker series in general, which we have done over 12 of these over the year. And it really does show that we can have a Psi U for life. People are connecting with us that have never connected before. I want to also note that the Psi U connections, even on this call, are dramatically unforgettable. It is Dave Mace, who I met in San Francisco probably 12 years ago, sailing in the middle of the I think it was the Farallon race, and we didn't know we were brothers before that, but got to talking on a boat with about 4 other people, and that connection has lasted, and I really welcome him to the panel tonight, along with our other wonderful panelists and moderator. And I'm so glad that so many of you have joined us today. It's going to be really good. Tonight is also a special evening for another unique and surprising, I hope, to some reason. To share more on that, I am extremely honored and thankful for Jack Withiam of the Psi Chapter to share more with you. So Jack, on to you.
Thank you, Alex. So I too welcome you to the 2020 Psi Upsilon Foundation Economic Symposium. But before the session starts, I want to make some comments. Approximately 25 years ago, following the first communion of one of my sons, I was confronted in the church parking lot by a young man who happened to be the father of another first communicant, a fellow Hamilton graduate, and a fellow Psi U. Having learned that I was a Hamilton board member and being highly upset by a recent board decision to close fraternity houses, he wanted to impart, in rather direct, colorful, and no uncertain language, the errors in both the boards and my thinking. In short, he really kicked up a fuss, and afterward I had to go home and polish my shoes. Fortunately, and a credit to him, our conversation continued. As we spoke, he agreed that fraternity meant brotherhood, not bricks and mortar. He also acknowledged how critical adult leadership was for Psi Chapter undergraduates, and he responded accordingly by giving real meaning to the Psi U motto, "Unto us has befallen a mighty friendship." Today, the Psi Chapter at Hamilton College is perhaps the strongest fraternity on campus, thanks to the efforts of Patrick Gilrayne. Assembling a team of other Psi alums, he launched a number of highly effective chapter undertakings, all with the purpose of assisting undergraduates. Among these undertakings are the Career Mentor Program, Traditions Day, the Memorabilia Project, community service and philanthropy efforts, and merit and academic scholarships. The Career Mentor Program in particular has been extraordinarily successful, with nearly all Psi Chapter seniors having jobs upon graduation over the past several years. Moreover, the program has become a template at Hamilton for other fraternities, sororities, and affinity groups. On the national front, Patrick has served on the Executive Council since 2009, as well as on the Psi Upsilon Foundation Board, where he was chair from 2016 to 19. He was instrumental in fundraising for the Leadership Initiative, the foundation's recent capital campaign. Moreover, his continued work with events such as the Perfect Pint and this very symposium has helped connect countless brothers who would have never come together otherwise. For all of these efforts, he rightly won the Distinguished Alumni Service Award in 2019. Patrick, in recognition of everything you've done and accomplished for the Psi Chapter, Psi Upsilon National, and Psi Upsilon Foundation, a group of fellow Psis and friends have endowed a fund to name this symposium in your honor. Hereafter, it shall be known as the Patrick Gilrayne Economic Symposium. Congratulations, Patrick. Alex, back to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Brother Gilrayne, I know you can't be with us in person, in video, but I want to extend our congratulations and our thoughts with you and your family tonight on this extremely well-deserved new honor that the foundation looks forward to building on and making a central part of our programs in years to come. It is a vision that I shared with you back in 2014 or 15 about creating Psi U for life. And this is just another step on the way in that journey. I have to tell you though, it was a real distinct pleasure and at sometimes emotional to talk with brothers that have known you for so many years, even non-brothers who I got to talk to about this gift. And we have a list of the donors to the fund, which I'd like to show right now. You know, Jack, your leadership gift provided great momentum at the outset of our efforts. And I really want to also thank you for doing that and being part of this journey. I want to extend my appreciation to all the donors. In fact, everyone we spoke to, and time was really the only limiting factor. Everyone we spoke to has given to this. There has been absolutely no one that said no. It's because of that generousness to our critical annual fund and also to this special fund that we are able to do this today. And I want to especially recognize Ed Murphy, who I know you'll be seeing in a couple of minutes, who has a nice gift for you on our behalf to recognize you with this award. Ed is the brother-in-law of Patrick's wife, of Patrick, and has been instrumental in helping us scheme how we were going to get something to him. I can only imagine that the power of your connectivity is because of the decades of genuine love you have had for the network and the friends that you have amassed. The foundation continues to benefit from your work, and it has been absolutely a pleasure to call you my brother and my friend. We had a $50,000 goal for this program, and we blew through that. And so now our goal is $75,000, which the funds of the symposium will be used to support the planning of this event in the future when we can host it in person, especially. We will be able to also keep the ticket costs down so that our younger brothers who are in the early parts of their career and also in undergraduate chapters can attend and make it a meaningful interactive experience with all of us. This fund also marks one of the first programmatic funds beyond scholarships that we will be offering. And I think we will find that we will have other opportunities because of its success. Finally, it is worth noting that we will still be actively fundraising. And so if you should have any interest in joining those ranks, I welcome you to contact me during or after the event. A special thanks to everyone who has pledged support, and we are going to make this one of the cornerstones of our foundation for all of us. On that note, let's just jump right in. I am happy to introduce Brother Jeb Beckwith, also a member of the Psi Chapter. Jeb is an experienced banking and technology executive with success in building businesses over diverse platforms. He is managing director, head of financial institutions at Greenpoint Global. Jeb has delivered an array of complex solutions in multiple disciplines, and I am extremely happy. Over the years I've gotten to know you. You actually hosted and moderated our first one in 2015, so I'm happy to welcome you back, and take it away, Jeb.
Alex, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And I know Patrick can't be on right now, but I just want to reiterate that, if on a personal basis, Patrick brought myself and a number of the other contributors to Psi U back into the fold after we lost the house. A lot of us had walked away, and we were blaming on a board member who's currently on the phone at the moment. But Patrick was instrumental in bringing the fraternity back to the alumni. This award is long overdue, is very well endowed, and much like Patrick. And I couldn't be happier to make this series in Patrick's honor. So I just want to say that really quickly. So we are, I want to make sure that we stay respectful of everybody's time. We are blessed with having actually 5 panelists here that are all very experienced in different but somewhat related fields. We want to create a theme here and an active dialogue in a Zoom context that is going to cover a number of different areas and ground in what we see as a very dynamic situation from the economy standpoint, from obviously we won't get into too much politics, but we'll get into the impact of politics. We have venture capital, private equity, tax specialists. So let me just very quickly introduce the panelists, and then we'll jump into some Q&A. So first we have Peter Layton. Peter is a founding partner of Blackthorn Capital from the University Omega Chapter, University of Chicago. Peter is also chairman of the BOX Exchange, with and a guest lecturer of the University of Chicago, Duke University, Stanford University. We could go on and on. I'll let Peter say a bit more about himself in just a second. We also have David Mace. David is with GI Partners, focusing on private equity. He leads the IT infrastructure sector for GI Partners. Very interesting field right now. If we're talking about IT infrastructure, as a former banker, I can tell you that there's a tremendous amount of work that's going on in that field. It's very dynamic. There's a lot of intersectionality between technology and regulation when you're talking about fintech, particularly when you're talking about infrastructure fintech. So, so David is going to be prepared to talk about this. Also on the panel, we have Phil Timon, and Phil's from the University of Pennsylvania, class of '86. So Owl's Nest Partners is not an accident. Owl's Nest is named after the Psi U owl, so he's got a lot of loyalty here. He's formerly founder and CEO of Endowment Capital. So again, somebody that's going to add a lot to the conversation when we talk about small cap and VC private companies. We also, the final picture we have here is Al Clark. Al is a avowed. You'll see that he's very buttoned down when you look at the pictures here in the video. He is nationally recognized tax and legislative affairs expert. His focus is really on the tax impact of and hopefully can talk a little bit about what's coming down the pike, what's potentially going to come down the pike with the new change in the political regime. It looks like we're going to have a split government with a Democratic president and House and a Republican Senate, if everything goes according to the tea leaves that we see now. So be very interested to see what the political impact is going to be on accounting and tax going forward. So I think hopefully I've covered everybody, and that's great. So what I want to do is just quickly dive in.